huge, huge ambitions, a lot of determination, and a lot of obstacles. I'm hoping by the end of the day I can add an extra 15,000 words to it. This for me was what pushed me towards the end. Today my voice is sounding a little bit different. I woke up and I felt like I'd been run over by a bus, which is not ideal because today is the 14th of October, and that means it's the last day of my 75 hard writing challenge. And for my 75 hard writing challenge, I set myself the task of finishing my book in 75 days. So I started on August 1st and it's now October 14th, so that's the end of 75-day cycle. But my book is yet to be complete, and it's not as close to completion as I would like it to be, which basically means that today I need to write a lot of words to meet my target. For those of you who don't know, I'm working on a vampire romance novel. It's a little vampire romantasy, and I absolutely love it. Currently, the manuscript is at 85,000 words, and I'm a couple chapters into Act 3. So I'm hoping by the end of today, this is so ambitious. I'm hoping by the end of today I can add an extra 15,000 words to it, and that will get Act 3 into a state that I'm okay with, a state where I'm happy to say, yes, that's complete. I wrote Act 3, I wrote the entire book, it's now done, and Draft 3, which is the draft I'm currently working on, is now officially complete. So whilst the rest of the book, Act 1, Act 2, is written in kind of like, I guess like full sentences, like I would say it's a very like readable draft, I think Act 3, or at least what I'm going to write today, is going to be much more of like a draft 0. So it's not going to be as well written as I hoped it would be for this draft. However, I'm going to just, zero draft Act 3 today, get the book done, and then I can say I finished 75 hard, which is amazing. My one obstacle is the fact that I'm not feeling too great. Yesterday I was absolutely fine, but I don't know, I woke up this morning, I just did not feel good. But we're going to power through. I'm going to go to the shops if I have to, get some medication if I need to get this cold or whatever it is under control. And I'm going to do some amazing writing. So I think I'm just going to stop chatting to you because I don't really have anything else to say. Like, it is what it is. I guess my plan of action for the day is start off by just like doing some like warm-up writing sprints. So I don't know if any of you watch my 10k word day vlog, but in there I started the day off by doing like a few 1 hour long sprints where I kind of like just took it easy, got myself in the writing mindset, got that like muscle, I guess, warmed up, ready for the rest of the day. So I'm probably going to do that now, and I think afterwards I'm going to write more of an outline for what I need to do for the rest of Act 3 to be complete, because as of right now my outline is all in my head. I don't know why, because I have an outline written down for Act 1 and Act 2, but for Act 3 I just never got around to it. But there is an outline in my head, I just need to put it on the page. So I think I'm going to do some warm-up sprints and then outline Act 3. Hello. So it's now the end of November as I am recording this, and the last clip you saw of me was mid-October, so it's been a hot second. So the last time you saw me, I was trying to finish my book by the end of that day. So I think that was October 14th, if I'm correct. And I had a huge word count goal, like 10 to 15k in one day, which is more than I've ever written. The most I've written is 10,000 words in one day. So huge, huge ambitions, a lot of determination, and a lot of obstacles. So I was starting a new job the next day, which I might have mentioned in that clip. I might have forgotten to, no idea. And I was also falling ill. So I was tired and I needed a lot of rest. And already my goals were ambitious for me on a normal, good day when I was feeling well and I wasn't starting a new job the next day. So yeah,
The odds were against me, and unfortunately, I did not succeed on this one. I think I ended up writing about 4,000 words, which, to be fair, that's pretty good just for a general day, let alone a day where I'm unwell and about to like start something new the next day. So I'm pretty proud of myself, but unfortunately, I did not finish the book. I don't think I wrote anything for like a good week after that. And then when I started writing again, I just lost momentum, I lost determination. So I kind of wrote sporadically throughout the second half of October and also the first half of November. And then I finally finished my book sometime last week. I actually don't remember the day, but basically, I finished my book about a month after I intended to. So I'll insert that clip of me finishing my book here. But for a little context, I was slowly like chipping away at Act 3, and I reached a point where I think I only had 1.5 chapters left to write. So I went home, finished work, went home, and just decided I was going to finish it.
Okay, I'm in my writing position and we're gonna finish. I did it. I finished my book. I don't know if I wrote the end properly, like formatting wise. I mean, my entire book is not formatted well. It's not like formatted like a book. Yeah, I'll talk about it more in the future days. But yeah, I finished my book. That's crazy. The reason why I didn't finish my book between October 15th and the clip you just saw is because I kind of found myself just reaching a point of burnout. And it's kind of frustrating because when I'm burnt out and I'm not writing my book, it's normally because I've put a lot of like work into my book. Like I've been writing too much, maybe doing crazy writing challenges like NaNoWriMo, 10K word days, and I kind of reached a point where I have nothing left to give to my story. But that actually wasn't the case here. The reason why I was burnt out was just because of life. And it was kind of like this emotional burnout where there's a lot going on, a lot of changes, a lot of personal stuff. And when I started my new job, I was obviously distracted as well because I wanted to, perform well at my new career. So even though I had time to write and I hadn't necessarily been like going crazy with my book in the recent past, I had nothing to give to my story. And therefore, even though I only had a couple chapters left, it would have been so easy for me to just, spend a weekend finishing the book or, an evening when I'm back home from work, just finishing it and just writing those extra few thousand words. I just couldn't. But I'm feeling a lot better now. And obviously, I felt a lot better in that clip you just saw of me actually finishing my novel. But I feel like because it took so long for me to finish Act 3, to finish the book, I just don't have that sort of like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just don't really feel a whole lot. Like, I'm really happy I finished it. And I'm excited for what's next. I don't know. I guess it's just a bit underwhelming, but in a nice way. I'm quite proud of myself for not like beating myself up for not meeting my deadline. I'm not like disappointed in myself because I'm aware of the like I knew how I was feeling in that moment. I knew it wasn't a good idea for me to like try and like push through and meet my October 15th deadline, or even like after the deadline had passed. Obviously it took me like another month to actually like finish the book. I knew in that time it wouldn't have been a good idea for me to like put pressure on myself to sit down at my desk and like type out the words, because that would have led to more burnout. It would have led to me like writing something I wasn't proud of, and it would have like stripped me of the joy that comes with like finishing your book. So whilst it's a bummer when
you're burnt out and you don't have the energy to like put into your projects, I do think in the long run, it's a good idea that I've let myself have a bit of a writing rest to recover from all the changes that are going on in my life and just move forward a happy person, I guess. One really exciting thing I did last week, well, this week actually, was I printed out my book. Here she is. I'm kind of holding it strangely, but this for me was what pushed me towards the end. This was what I was picturing in my head when I was like thinking about what it would be like to finish my book, to finish my manuscript. I was picturing having it printed out, bound like this, and just having it in my hands to hold and to look at. But yeah, I'll insert the clip of me getting my printed manuscript now. I have received a package in the mail, and I'm hoping it is what I think it is. If it is what I think it is, it's actually a little bit thinner than I was expecting. But I mean, I don't hate it. Yeah, let's just open it rather than me just talking about the fact I have a package. So I just spoke for like ages. I just filmed myself like opening the package and everything. And it turns out I didn't record. So that's great. Love that for me. But I just opened it up and is this is what she looks like. But yeah, I am so happy. I'm so happy right now. And this is like a dream come true for me to like print out my book in its like finished draft 3 form and just like have my book written from like start to finish and like own this printed out physical copy of it. This is like a dream come true for me. However, I'm not crying because when I'm really happy, I don't really express emotion that way. And when I watch like other author tubers, I feel like they're always like really emotional when they, finish their book, when they print it out, whatever. And I'm just not like that. And I really want to be, but that's just not my personality. Like if I'm happy, I'm not gonna cry. So what I'm trying to say is, even though I'm not crying right now, this is like a really like big happy moment for me, and that's why I wanted to record me like getting the package and like opening it and unboxing it, which I didn't quite do, but this is close enough. It's close enough. So yeah, I just wanted to like record this to get like my initial reaction to like achieving this big like writer dream for me, which has been on my vision board for like so many years, just like a photograph of someone with their printed out manuscript. So it's kind of like surreal for me to like finally have that moment myself. But yeah, I'm really happy and I'm really excited and I'm really proud of myself, and all of that like blood, sweat, and tears being put into this book was definitely worth it just for this moment alone, honestly. Like my hard work just feels so much more real now that I have it in front of me printed out. It's crazy. One thing I've noticed as I'm just like thumbing through the pages of this printed draft is how big of a difference formatting makes. So basically, when I've been writing books in the past, and for as long as I've been writing Slay a Bride, I've always written it out in Google Docs in, I think, Calibri, and it hasn't been formatted like a book. I basically just wrote like chapter 1 in bold, and then immediately below that just started writing. I didn't indent. Basically, my book was not formatted like a book at all. It was just like a random girl logged onto Google Docs and decided to start like typing out a book one day. That's literally what the formatting of my book looked like. But to print it out, I went through the effort of changing the formatting, which took a surprisingly long amount of time. But yeah, it looks more like a book now. And as I was flicking through my printed out book just now, I kind of noticed that as I was reading out lines that I previously found cringy when I used to like search through my Google Docs electronic version of the book, I now no longer find them cringy, that they sound better or like read better in this. I think it's a Times New Roman font is what I went for in the end. And having the 2-point line spacing and the indents and all that stuff, like reading through even like bad sentences, just like read so much better and so much more like professional. That's something interesting I've noticed as well. But yeah, it's just so cool. This is just so cool. When you finish a big project like your book or anything really, like a degree, a piece of artwork, you kind of feel a little bit like underwhelmed, like you're happy. Or maybe you don't feel that way, but for me personally, like I'll feel happy, but I won't like cry. I won't have like this big expression of emotion as I just expressed in that clip. And that was definitely the case when I wrote the words like the end on the manuscript. Like I sort of felt like, oh, is that it? Like, am I finished? Is that my book done? But when I printed that out and the last couple of days since I've had it, just like sat around my bedroom, that for me is when I finally felt like complete, like good and like, wow, like I can't believe I actually wrote that. I can't believe I actually did that and created this thing. I think having your book physically in front of you really just like shows you what you finished, whereas like an electronic document like can't necessarily do that because you don't see it just in full, like how much you've written and like how, you know, big like your book is and how many, like you can see the hours that you put into it when you've got it like printed out in front of you. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, but what I'm trying to say is that printing my manuscript really allowed me to like appreciate my accomplishment and allow me to like feel finished and feel proud of myself and happy for myself for like doing what I set out to do. So I feel like with the clip inserted before this, I've probably spoken about printing my manuscript quite a lot, but that was just like an amazing experience for me. So I'm really proud of myself for being able to achieve that little mini life goal. Tomorrow, or maybe after this, depending on how I'm feeling, I'm gonna like talk about my winter writing goals. But in terms of what's next, for a long time, I was planning on after like printing the book, beginning to draft like Project Love, which is kind of like my Love Island romantasy book. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I think because December's coming up, I didn't finish my book in time to do like NaNoWriMo, which was the original plan. I was going to like write Project Love in November. And then December, every single year has been a writing break for me. I've never written pretty much anything in December. I think maybe one year I wrote a couple chapters of like a Christmas book, but I think I might be able to actually like read through my book and write some notes on it. I think reading and like writing down like edit notes is a bit different to drafting for me. It doesn't require as much energy and I kind of already know the sort of changes I want to make for my book. So I don't think, yeah, reading through my manuscript is gonna like take too much from me. I think I'll still be able to like enjoy Christmas and relax and not work hard and spend time with family and eat food. So yeah, I think in December I am gonna like read through my manuscript. And then January, February onwards is when I'll start thinking about draft four, maybe outlining, brainstorming, that sort of fun stuff. So yeah, Project Love will need to be shelved for now, but I'm not too mad about it because I don't feel like I'm in the Project Love headspace. I think I am just like, since printing it out, I'm just like 10 times more excited about Slayer Bride, my like vampire romance novel. So I think it just makes sense for me to finish working on it, like whilst I have this momentum, whilst I have this like excitement for the project. So I'll give myself a couple weeks to distance myself from it, and then December onwards, I will begin reading through. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know how your writing projects are doing, and I will talk to you soon.